Let's break down some of those costs, right? Because at the end of the day, in a time frame we're living in, right, where inflation's no secret to anybody, right now, the cost of living going up. We've got a lot of associations over time comes a lot more capital expenditures, right? And so if we think about many of the different maintenance components of a neighborhood, and whether we're talking about single family or we're talking about condos or we're talking about townhouses, there are expenses that rack up over time. What are you seeing in the marketplace right now as it relates to budgets of HOAs when having a conversation of expenses?
And the budgets are going to vary extraordinarily, Justin. And I say that because we have some homeowners associations where there is no common property. There's nothing owned as a group except maybe the sign at the road that says, "Welcome to Happy Homeowners Association." And so their budget doesn't really change. Everybody takes care of their own yards, everybody takes care of their houses. It's a homeowners association with very few amenities. On the other hand, if you were in a high-rise condo in downtown Charlotte, where perhaps there could be a pool, where there might be very nice facilities, where there might be a security guard or multiple security based on what's going on, those expenses would be much higher on a monthly basis than the first one I talked to. So like purchasing a house out in the country, you would be evaluating when you want to move what type of environment do you want to be in? Do you want to be in a hotel type setting? Do you want to be in an individual home? What's my budget? And in addition to my budget, what is the monthly assessment that's charged by the association and what do I get for that? And it might be a huge list of things that you'll think, I am happy for somebody else to take care of my yard and the exterior of my dwelling, and I don't have to do that anymore. And on the other hand, you might say, that is beyond my budget, and I need to look for a different type of place.
I'm gonna throw out a couple of random questions to you throughout our time together today. I don't want you to feel any pressure like you have to know the answer or anything like that. You've got so much experience that if I don't take this opportunity, I'm going to be upset at myself later. So I'm going to take every moment I can today. So when we think about an annual budget, is there a cap in North Carolina percentage that a budget can be raised from year to year, an expense per unit, if you would, in North Carolina in an HOA?
And like most things you're going to ask today, it's more complicated than it might seem.
Of course
And
it
that's
is, Jim.
because no, there is no statute that says a budget cannot be above X, because of course that wouldn't work for the association with almost no amenities versus the one that has lots of amenities. On the other hand, though, the way these associations get created, Justin, is whether you're in a condominium, there's a declaration of condominium. If you're in a townhome or in a homeowners association, there's a thing called a declaration, or a declaration of covenants, conditions, and restrictions, which is a real estate document that's filed with the county. In that document, that's where you will find something like the dues shall be this per month, or the dues shall be this month per year, and almost without exception, the developers always put into that, and it can't go up more than X in a year without going back to the members and letting them vote on it. And then to add one more layer to all of this, in terms of budget, since you've asked about budgets, there is a North Carolina budget statute that applies to condominiums and applies to homeowners associations. And there's a budget ratification process by which, once the board adopts a budget, in many associations, if they are obligated to follow the statute, that budget then has to be sent to all the homeowners, and there's either a meeting or there's a mail ballot vote, and the members get to put a say into that budget. And if they don't like that budget at all, they can vote it down.